70 and 10, he has earned the time to potter in the garden. Time to plant potatoes, time to plant some beans. The butcher bird is waiting, she knows what this means. Old boy takes a break, spreads honey on some bread. The butcher bird is busy, making sure her worm is dead.
Hey, Woody.
Old boy doesn't close his eyes to imagine anymore. He is home at last, what he's been wishing for. He is so peaceful, so happy he could scream. Living in the valley of his dream. Why does it take so long to put your feet on the ground? The old boy is thinking he took the long way around. But it's been his dream time, it's where he's always been. The butcher bird says it all, sweeter than a violin. At 70 and 10, he has earned the time to potter in the garden. He'll be picking cherries, he'll be making chili oil, going back to be the man of the soil. So long to put your feet on the ground. The old boy is thinking he took the long way around. But it's been his dream time, it's where he's always been. The butcher bird says it all, sweeter than a violin.
We are back on air, and I am hoping once I slide this up, are we joined by John Williamson?
Hey, Jordan, how are you going, mate?
I'm very good, mate. I've already lost you once. Oh, I'm so excited for this. That's all right. As I've told you already, this is my first ever phone interview, so there's bound to be hiccups.
Oh, I'm proud to be your first one, mate.
Oh, thanks, mate.
I'm honoured.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot. You know what? You're not meant to have tears in your eyes, mate. I've grown up listening to you, so... it's definitely a thrill and an honour to have you on the phone with me, and definitely I'm excited for this concert you've got coming to Tanunda next week. I'm
excited about getting there myself, Jordan. Yeah,
now, I've seen...
always been good to me. It's a great theatre and good people there. And I love being in a Barossa, of course. I'm a real wine lover.
No, hopefully not too much wine.
Enough.
Yeah, we need to have you on stage and ready to sing.
No, never drink before a show.
No, definitely after the show to celebrate.
Yes, that's I might have a nice turkey flat or something afterwards.
That's what winery do we find that at?
Sorry?
Where would we find that turkey flat?
At Antonunda, it's called Turkey Flat. So
beautiful. There's a good promo.
You want to know where it is, Jordan.
I'll find it.
If you like wine, I'll recommend it.
All right, I'll try it for you.
I'm expecting a free bottle from Chris now.
That sounds good. He's had his promo. I like it. Beautiful. Now, I've had a few questions flow through, mate. You're cool to answer a couple?
I'm ready, yeah.
Here we go.
Away, mate.
So we're going to go with Some for Dad. And Dad was the one that actually put me onto you as a young child. And I listened to you from birth, I reckon. Family gatherings, we actually gather around arm in arm, and whoever's invited gets to sing Troubadour. So we love the old Australian icon that you are. One question from Dad is, what influenced you to take up music, and who did you listen to growing up?
Well, I was lucky that I had musical parents. My uncle played fiddle. They were all wheat farmers in Quambadoo, which is south of the Murray River, south of Swan Hill in Victoria.
Yeah.
And Dad played banjo, Uncle played fiddle. Mum and Dad both had their voices trained, so they were able to do a good job whenever they put on a show in town or in Kerrang, which is a bigger town, or Swan Hill for that matter. And they were amateurs, but they just loved music so much, so I was surrounded by it. We always had a piano in the house, and that was before TV, when everyone had their own entertainment in home.
Yeah, definitely.
And the Williamsons in Quambadoo were always a big part of the band in the town hall whenever there was a reason for a dance. It might be someone's 21st, or kitchen tea, or raising money for a new swimming pool, anything at all.
Would have been a great way to grab the ladies down there, wouldn't it, for the dances?
Yes, that was the way everyone got together, of course. And I think I'm still influenced a bit by the old rhythms of the dance songs that my dad used to play, and I eventually got up and played the banjo, gave him a break, and that's really what started me. I learnt the ukulele from Dad, but I went up about when I was 12. I started playing guitar, but I didn't ever consider taking on this game. I was 7 years in wheat farming when we moved up to Northwest. Before and I was doing folk songs and stuff. I was doing a lot of covers that stage. Then I wrote Old Man Emu in 1970, and that's the history from there. Yeah,
that's definitely a favourite of mine and everyone that I know that loves you. Brings me on to the next question. You were talking about the farming. So what was it like growing up in the Mallee, and what are your thoughts of the tough times that the farmers are going through at the moment?
Well, I feel pretty bad.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how. I know my brother at north of Moree, New South, he's really hasn't had enough rain, and he might get his seed back, but I haven't rung him for a few days. And my cousin's in Quambadoo. I'm not too sure with how dry it is out there. I think Victoria's had more rain, so they'll probably get a crop. But the ones I feel sorry for are the old generation families that have had stud sheep and cattle, and if they've got to sell their original breeders off, that's a tragedy not only for them but for the country, I think. Yeah, no, definitely. I live out Freeling way. I don't know if you've ever gone up Freeling. Well, I've probably been through there. Yeah, that's all right, mate. No, we've got a lot of farming land out there. Sadly, with the pinery bushfires coming through, that didn't do us any good. Right. Is that wheat country? Yes, it is. Yeah, wheat country. We've got the big giant wheat still that they've put in Freeling as we drive in, just to show that what we're about. Right. We love it there. I've got a couple of questions myself, mate. Now, in regards to today's music, now we can talk any style. I know that you're not going to go into the rapping or anything like that. But what are your thoughts on country music today? Well, country music's expanded like rock and roll. It's hard to know what rock and roll is these days too. And we've all crossed over, et cetera, et cetera. I still think. The people that are into country music, especially the people that play it on the air, are still very much biased towards the American thing, and I think that's often influences the judges for the Tamworth Awards. And I think we have our own sound. I'd like to think that that's what I've worked on. You can't really put True Blue on Galleries of Pink Glass and Raining on the Rock, Cootamundra Wattle. It sounds nothing like the American country music, but as far as I'm concerned, it's Australian country music. And that's what we're all about, Australia. We love playing your music here on the station. I've got my favourites. I've got one lined up afterwards, which hits close to home. And my dad actually wanted to ask, in regards to the rugby grand final, Waltzing Matilda, what was that? I think that was 2000, if I'm correct. The rugby thing? Yeah. No, it was 98. Was it 98? There we go. Yeah. But I'll tell you what's happening. I actually sang Waltzing Matilda for the Essendon and Geelong game earlier this year. Yep. And Kevin Sheedy got the announcer to ask everybody to stand up in the crowd. There was about 30,000 people. Yeah. And that's the first time, I believe, that anyone's asked people to be upstanding for Waltzing Matilda instead of our national anthem. And I'm not saying it's, to me, it's the larrikin anthem anyway. Yeah, definitely. But ever since we did that, they went off, because it's like people that go to church, you stand up to sing a song. So I do it in the shows now, and I'll do it at Tanunda. At the end of the show, I'll ask people to stand up and sing Waltzing Matilda with me, and it's great. Everyone really beefs it out, and it's a great feeling. It's a very so Australian, that song. In fact, I think it's our number one song.
Yeah, definitely. I've been to your show in Tanunda, your one that you've done previous, and yeah, I recall you doing it there as well, and it was an amazing feeling. Just
that was before I asked them to stand up, so that's a new thing now.
There we go.
Stand up.
Must be dreaming.
So I can say to people I got a standing ovation, but that's not really.
No, mate. I'm sure wherever you step foot in, you'd love it. So I've got a question in regards to venues. So you are going to be performing in Adelaide City itself. What's the difference to you in regards to going out to Nunda Way than being in the city? Is there more of a different feel to it, or?
Well, you'd be surprised. They come in from everywhere. Yeah. So I don't think my audiences vary. Some audiences maybe are shyer, but are quieter. And it depends often on the venue. Sometimes it's a licensed club where they're usually a bit primed up before I come on. Like I did DYRSL in Sydney last night, and they went off.
They would have.
They were clapping along to Old Man Emu as went the intro before it came on. That usually indicates to me whether the audience is shy or not.
And whether
quite often the really quiet ones end up buying the most product after the show. So, but I would think City of Adelaide and Tanunda wouldn't be that much different with the audience because my music is not. As I said, it's about Australia. It's not necessarily aimed at country music fans per se. It's just aimed at people who love the country like I do.
Yeah, definitely, and lyrics definitely say that. As I've said over and over, growing up listening, you have your old man Emu, Waltzing Matilda, Gallery of Pink Galahs. You can recite it, and that's what you need in a song to be able to look back and not hear it for 5 years, then go and sing it word for word. So,
one of the favourite songs of my audience now, especially the young ones, is Prairie Hotel Para Children, which is a South Australian song. So I'll definitely be doing that. It actually works really well. I do it just before Raining on the Rock, and they go off.
Yeah, and a Golden Kangaroo. I grew up in the northern suburbs, and when we went to school, we had that as our Christmas song. So we actually had Mum made a giant golden kangaroo out of wood, painted it up, and it was sitting there bouncing along. We love that. So one more question for you, mate, before you head off. I know you're a busy man. We've got this one's from me personally. I have a very youth-based show here, and because I work in schools and do all that sort of thing. I would like to ask you what words you have to offer to any young person trying to achieve something in their life. What would you say to a young guy that's trying to make it somewhere?
Well, I think first of all, work on your strengths, and hopefully your parents will look out for what your strengths are. I think if you struggle with something too much, I think everybody's got a talent, and you've just got to work out what it is or what you like doing. And I think it's worthwhile finding a job that you enjoy, even if it doesn't pay as much as being a doctor or lawyer or whatever. But because you spend five out of 7 days a week working, it's no good if you're doing something you don't like. So search for something you like doing. It might be you might be working in the bush for some reason because you like the bush. You might be a gardener. You might be if you like carpentry or whatever. There's so many things you can get into, and I still believe in Australia that you'll get a job if you're keen. If you're prepared to travel and you enjoy. If you enjoy the job, you'll work hard, and I think that's part of my advice. Yeah.
Oh, thank you very. That's quite good. Definitely something I'll listen to and keep, and I'm sure everyone else, all the young guys out there listening, will respect what you've just said, mate. I'll let you go. Thank you very much for being my first phone call, I'll see you next week at the concert. Definitely be out there singing with Waltzing Matilda.
Thanks, Jordan. Well, I've been in the game 48, nearly 49 years.
Yeah.
And I've had a lot of first interviews. Actually, they often get nervous, but you've done well, mate. So I think you've got a future in radio if that's what you want.
Thank you, mate. Yeah, that does mean a lot. Thank you. Bye. And there we had it. John Williamson, the great man. I've got here his bio. I'm pretty sure I should have read it beforehand, but I'll read it here. it's hard to describe John Williamson and his music without thinking that you have left something out or underrated his contribution and achievements. How do you sum up an artist who has captured a country in song and had such a successful career in one of the most cutthroat industries around? It's an almost impossible task. Very few artists have experienced and earned the longevity of such a career as John Williamson. It's quite a rare, but sorry, my microphone's covering the thing. There we go. It's quite rare, but when you review his albums and songs, you can see why. After 43 years in the music industry, touring continuously for that period, John's career is stronger than ever, and he is still writing and recording new songs. But during this time, he has shunned celebrity. He has shunned celebrity and resisted offers to take his music to international stage, preferring to stay true to his passion, Australia. Well, I'm in awe. I will play what we were talking about. We'll go for Waltzing Matilda by John Williamson. Thank you very much for listening to the interview, my first interview. Definitely something I will cherish. I do enjoy Waltzing Matilda.
Well, that's the message to go home. We'll just leave you this one. There once was a jolly swagman camped by a billabong under the shade of a coolabah tree, and he sang as he watched and waited till his filly boiled. You come a waltzing Matilda with me, oh waltzing Matilda, Matilda, my darling. You come a waltzing Matilda with me, and he sang as he watched and waited till his filly boiled. You come a waltzing Matilda with me. Down came a jumbuck to drink at the billabong. I've got the swaggy and grabbed him with glee, and he sang as he stowed that jumbuck in his tucker bag. You come a waltzing Matilda with me, oh waltzing Matilda, Matilda, my darling. You come a waltzing Matilda with me, and he sang as he stowed that jumbuck in his tucker bag. You come a waltzing Matilda with me. Down came the squatter, mounted on his thoroughbred. Up came the troopers, 1, 2, 3. Oh, where's the jolly jumbuck you've got in your tucker bag? You come a waltzing Matilda with me, oh waltzing Matilda, Matilda, my darling. You come a waltzing Matilda with me, oh where's the jolly jumbuck you've got in your tucker bag? You come a waltzing Matilda with me. I've got the swaggy and jumped into the billabong. You'll never catch me alive, said he, and his ghost may be heard as you pass by that billabong. You come a waltzing Matilda with me, a waltzing Matilda, Matilda, my darling. You come a waltzing Matilda with me, and his ghost may be heard as you pass by that billabong. Good night and thanks a lot once again for coming along.